Hello, beautiful hearts and beautiful souls, and those that align with what the story is about to be told. As the ringing of that, here I go with the intuitive read from the waiter to the very last card. I'm going to read these as I see fit and as they go. So here it is, you all. The attendant of hospitality, the steward, the cleaner, the one who's always checking off the X's, getting his tasks done. The one who has gone through and waited and gone through the bottles of the messages of time, now sits equal and balanced with the cup, for the cup to this waiter right here. It's not just half full of water. It's got the water that it needs. See, and there's a little plus symbol there with light. And the other half is filled with the air. And there's the bottles. And there's the X's. Okay? Through times and passages. Now the steward has a cleaner. Okay? He has a message to follow behind him of what has gone on within our taps, within our water, within our life. Okay? So here it goes. We have the memory, the resolver, the hatred, the plotting, the avenger. Okay? The avenger. The memories, okay? Of people plotting and things, and resolve and hatred has been going on for many years. Okay? Many select groups have this, but there are those who said no longer we are going to take advantage. We are going to have our revenge. It's going to be final. We remember. We haven't forgot. And we are going to make this a resolve. So here comes a plotting twist. And how is this so? It is backed by the wisdom bearer, the experience, the tradition, with kindness and health from the elder. Okay? And the elders past. And this elder is very wise. He's walked many paths, winding trails, twist knots, but his staff is lit. As you can see, it's wrapped, but there is a flame. All right? So through kindness and through wisdom, this is where the pure revenge of taking away that which they want us to be, and that is filled with anger. And of course we are. But the wisdom bearer is doing it with experience. Now, these cards, I do not know all the cards that are in the middle, so I'm telling you this as it goes along. All right? We have the employer, work, service, and consultation. So people coming together working, okay? This is something that they've always wanted. Look at all these people in suits and everything, and okay? And this, if you're dressed in a suit and stuff like this, you're supposed, and then in the building, you're supposed to be making quite a bit of good money, right? More than someone who would be in a fast food garb uniform, right? Okay? They say dress for success, right? Well, here we have a bunch of like-minded people that are coming together, that are here to share something quite different than the norms of this general must work in the orders they tell you class. This is where things change with these people, because you can lose a job just like that. You never know. A company can go under. People have lost their pensions, like say ones who worked for General Motors. Yes, they have. Thinking they could retire on that. 401ks? They're not guaranteed, and the systems are changing. And you see this clear? And this is the bridge that is at top. And you see that light shining through? And it's shining on these guys? These guys have walked here, have seen past bridges. And let's get to the card that lies behind them. Here we have the painter, okay? Depict it, subliminate, abstraction from sensation. But here, the light, the bright, no matter the moon's phase, no matter, and it's the sun, woven in with the water and the rays, all coming together, okay? We have the ones that are painting a new horizon, grounded and rooted, strong, making the movement of their mountains with the winds, the ones who go within and meditate for the better good, that see this symbol that swirls around with the gold that align. Those that align will know this gold that I talk about. So these are the workers who are making a change, who are lighting the fire and bringing what needs to be, and are coded right here with the lineage of their sovereignty and what lies behind this painting, this change. We have the revolutionist, champion of transformation, freedom fighter, pursuer of welfare and justice. That's what lies behind those workers who have woken up. Okay? Look at that. They're smiling. Long live the revolution. All right? These are the ones pushing forth. All right? These are the awakened that are saying no more, that are actually taking a stand. They're not just voicing, they're putting action behind. And what is this? We have the lost souls, seeker of clarity, the wanderer, confusion, defeat, and struggle. They are doing that for the lost souls. So the lost souls can realize and can have the tools they need. So yes, these guys are doing this for the lost souls. All right? For we care. We want them all to see clearly. That is exactly what we want. We want them to see the clear painting. That's what we want. So these employees, yes, they say we're done waiting. Okay? They have the elders backing with the wisdom. They're done with those that try to seek a vengeance over the lost souls and themselves. Okay? Now next, what do we have behind these lost souls? We have the merchant, the retailer, the individual, the entrepreneur. Look at that. We have those that are striving forth, that are doing what they can. The entrepreneur who is taking things into his own hands, building businesses that align with them and their souls. Not with the way they expect everyone to be on the wagon and that wheel and the gerbil and the thing that just goes around and around and around. No. We've got those that are taking it and creating a retailer that is doing things. They're not just doing it for themselves, but they are making a better way for themselves. But they are stacking up tiers and they are doing it for others. So we have the rise of the entrepreneur coming through. And the ones that are fed up with the fake foods and different things, okay? And are saying, okay, we are taking the steps here. We are building this up. And we are making ventures that are right. What a concept. Taking and making adventures that are right. Yeah. You feel that? He says, too. And what do we have next? We have those that are the hunter, the stalker of prey, aim, strategy, pursuit, and survival. And there's the heart, too, that lies within this. There's a heart of a matter. And if you look, there's the heart right there. You see that? The heart within the shadow of the matter. We have those that know the life skills and are ready for the hunt. They are ready to sustain when things get tough. The warrior within, who does this for himself, for herself, and for their family. Yes, we have those that truly do what they need for survival and have the skills and hunt for knowledge and are the masters of knowing their own sovereignty and their strategies. Okay? But we also have another side to the ones that hunt. There's another class of groups. Alright? And now look here. That kind of looks more like a horse, kind of, but it also reminds me of a donkey. That is next to him as I'm looking at this, okay, through my phone. And I'm also getting like an anteater coming through right now with that. Now I'm going to flip it over and look at it a little bit more, okay? And there's a bear type thing I see in the corner now that I'm looking at it, okay, which also kind of reminds me of a wolf. But what do we have? I'm also hearing antelope for some reason. But this other group of hunters, they're not like us. No, they're not. They don't have the heart to do it with helping. Theirs is not guided, all right, behind light. These hunters, they hunt something far more, can't say what it is, but if you get my drift, it is time we go after those that are doing hunting for the wrong reasons, guys. All right? Because we have the driver, the navigator, the journeys, the steering, the safe passages, and welcome with the lights and everything coming through. Look at that, okay? We are the drivers. We hold the journey of our lives. We pull all the stops. So you look at all those lights. Stops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's just 7 right there, and there's more going along. We know when it's time to go, and we know when it's time to pull that trigger. Stop, stop, stop. We can stop some of these things that are happening and that are going on, guys. Full vision ahead. Which way are you steering? Remember, the architect, the weaver of blueprints, planning, design, supervision, construction, together, the architect. Look at this. We are the architects. We own our own blueprint. We get to choose what we want to build, where we want to go. No one else needs to tell us what we can and can't do. We are sovereign. Remember that. We are connected with Source. Source is always guiding and exposing things that are going around. Now let me look deeper into this card here. As we see cities being built, but there's other things going down with this. There's books of knowledge that are disappearing from libraries. I do know this. Because as things have gone and times are turning to digital. But there's been so many loops with a lot of things, a lot of static, a lot of track stuff going through. A lot of frequencies and things and towers that they've tried to interrupt with us being able to have our knowledge. Because I'm seeing the 5G towers, I'm seeing those things in this image. I'm seeing the loops going around, but there is ways to clear it, okay, and to get rid of that static. Because these are the plans that they are trying to do before us. Things that have been destructed, things that have been down. You think those things were random? No, they were not. They were clearly orchestrated by the ones who want to rebuild towns and cities, surveillances, and I'm even seeing surveillances of things floating in the sky, so low, like over you as you're walking. Okay, guys? This is a blueprint that I'm seeing that they are trying to prevail, that they are working on wanting to build. But we have the ability to make the change, to stop that. There's a crossover. I'm seeing two crosses. And that's where I get there's a crossover. That is coming to me. Now I'm going to show you this card one more time. And yes, use your own visions that you get from these cards. Feel free to pause. This reading is for everyone. So everyone, this reading is for you. Here I go. You have the right to screenshot that for yourself. We have the learner that comes behind this, the seeker of knowledge. Okay, progress, explorer. Okay, and exquisite. Look at that. One thing that hasn't changed over time, except for digital stuff being added, is the structure in which learning is supposed to take place. So yes, mirrored again, going from being at your desk, everyone learning the same thing, even though people are at different things, because I'm looking at a girl here who's got her head turned and she's not looking at her desk, she's looking at the wall instead. I've got another one here where I'm seeing this boy and he's also got his back, but his head is turned looking at another way. I see the reflection of the classroom, but I also see the reflection of a structured lunchroom, and I see the structure of the teacher in the reflection behind, looking at the students all at once. I'm seeing a hanger within this too, because there is a hanging and there is a realization on learning. Okay? Not everything that was taught was meant to be, because I'm also seeing a rocker with one of these tables here, okay? Rocking in motion, trying to keep everybody in alignment. True knowledge goes with inside and finding what it is that you are needed to know. It doesn't rely in everyone having the same exact textbook, because we all are a different frequency. So we have those that are doing that, breaking out of this system that has been the same for many, 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 many years. They just change what they want you to know. Because we go from the math that people, from Gen Xers and things and millennials were taught to Common Core. They change up their things as they feel needed. Now, what we have is the writer, the weaver of tales, storyteller, crafting, communication, and publishing. So here it is. We have those that are actually putting out their knowledge, putting out their truth, putting out their books of things that they have studied, they have learned that have helped them. Writing new stories, telling, all right? Now, their stops are not stopped with red stops. It's with that gold again. These stops are coming together. I see that. See, they're weaving together. And there is that spot right there at the top. Okay, as it's all coming together. These are the ones that are the light workers that are getting to the bottom of this. All right? So that is what I am getting from this one right here. They have their cups of knowledge. Now we have the doctor that's coming about, the healer of elements, treatment, surgery, diagnosis, and compassion. We have someone who's looking at a piece of paper as I am looking at this, as in, this doesn't quite make sense. We have the biggest picture that is behind. I am also seeing some smoke going in the reflection of this again, so I'm getting that with the cities and smoke, okay, coming through. I'm seeing some holes and some plants in the background here. Let me move it this way. But we do have the sun and the biggest, brightest light shining through. I'm also getting like a review mirror coming through. Like, or not review mirror, but maybe, yeah, review mirror, side mirror too even, okay? But I am seeing down here a little bit of heat and flame coming through as well. I am seeing what you would see for an exclamation mark, but it is like a number 1, but reversed going this way. Okay? So there are people that are waking up to agendas in regards to what we were taught, and those that know the knowledge of the sun and actually what it does and how beneficial it is for our health. Okay? Here's what I was seeing in the shadow. See that with the smoke and things? Here's the plant with its holes. There's that mark I was telling you about. All right? So we got those that are bringing the actual guidance we truly need. Those are the couriers, the messengers of connections, delivering information, transmission, and gifts. See, right there. So we have our true warriors in our soul mission of people that are coming out. Okay? They're delivering. They're getting it out. And they're doing it with a confident, a happy face. Which is absolutely beautiful. There's a lot more people coming out with this information. Okay? For some reason, I'm hearing Doritos speed. Let me look a little bit more at this card, guys. Yeah, I'm seeing the package here, a little bit dented on the bottom, a little bit. I'm seeing a moth appear at the top of one of the packages, but I'm also seeing that stuff can have no hold on the person carrying the message, the courier, the delivering of the gifts, okay? Because what do we have here? We have the journalist, the chronicles of stories, reporting, interview, inquiry, and promotion. It is being broadcasted. It is being known. All right? That is something they can't stop. Since digital took hold, that was their one mistake. They didn't realize how grand of an information would come. So yes, the truth is there, guys. The spotlight, the shine. But it is not for glory. It is not for, look at me, I want to be famous on the camera. No. This journalist is a seeker of self-resistant abstinence, purification, and discipline. Ascetic. All right, because guess what's following this? Right here. There's that strength, that power, that wisdom, the hand that is magnetic, the charge, the energy that is pouring through, the fire that is woven around, all right? Many years, lifetimes, realms. And this person knows. The person who works on purification stays away. That's why the abstinence comes in here. The self-seeker of resistance and discipline, as I say this. Again, they are not bothered by what they see on TV with those that seek the ego of fame. They are not bothered by the things that they used to when it comes to sports and other things. They have learned to abstain from those, and they rely on what is solid foundations for them and for the rest that they want to see follow. All right, and the power coming within. We have the boss, master of wealth, risk, investment, manager, and leader. Cup of tea. This boss loves his tea. Okay? And she loves her tea, and he loves the tea. I see that in the tea. Yes, have a cup of tea. Let's share some knowledge. Let's have some strength, and let's build some wealth. That is what I see with this, okay? Yes, I see on the side, yeah, you have your like little electronic computer type thing and stuff like that. But this management and this wealth and this building and the leading of the management, okay? This is what is coming for those that are in alignment with doing the things that they need to, okay? But then we have the bosses who come around, and there's a shadow. See the shadow? So we have those, okay, that are in alignment, okay, with this energy, all right, that are ascending and doing good things. But then we have those who are in higher places who tried to make it seem all sweet, but they betrayed. The betrayal, the deceit, disloyal, conspiracy, and broken bonds. They led the way for a lot of conspiracies and broken bonds. Right here, some of these higher ups. Right there, look at them. Look at how this particular boss turned over into betrayal. There's quite a few of them that have, guys. Okay? At the bottom, that sword, that knife, that long thing that they are carrying, it's crooked. It's not straight. And look at how it points in one spot and makes you almost think of a scoop. So the scoop of the matter is, some of these higher ups, they got another thing coming. They thought they could pull one over with their betrayal, their deceit, and all the things that they have done that are now coming to light and being exposed. So guess what? Now, what these higher ups and these boss energies that are no good have become. I'm going to tell you what they have become with their betrayal and their deceit. So the last final card, we have the Fool. Look at that. Ignorance, rashness, impulsiveness. Okay? They're not standing at the very top of this up here. It goes higher, but they are standing here. They thought that they could pull the reins, make us think that there was wishes that we could wish, okay? See that wishbone type energy there? All right, let me look at this a little bit more here. Yeah, I hear and I see a whistle. The whistle's being blown. Because it is being known loud and clear. They are the ones who are the true fools, not us. All right? So, you can't hold on to all that which is not in the light, for the fool will be revealed. And yes, they are the greatest fools of all, because when it comes to the source and it comes to spirit, those who do actions that are right will see. We don't have to seek that straight revenge, no. But we do have to act and not just talk. Okay? So remember this in protests and things. It's time we make a change and we actually act on things with spirit backing us. My love to you guys. And that is the reading I have, okay? So they, yes, stacked up in lineages of being the fool is what I'm being told really quick too for you guys. So yes, lace up yourself, lace up your boots. And we got smooth waters coming for all of us that are awakened to their tales. We hold the reins, not those that have been foolish over the years. We've waited long enough. And on the bottom of my deck over here, I have the Genius. So yes, the bearer of gifts, extraordinary intellect, innovative mind, exceptional ability. And the stranger, look at that coming together. Passerby, encounter by chance, mutual aid and new friends. So we have a bunch of mutual aid and new friends that are all here centered, awake. So let the geniuses rise together. Love you.